Ambassador Catherine's chitinous hands trembled as she scrolled through the human cultural database for the third time that cycle. The Galactic Council had assigned her this task months ago. Study humanity's psychological warfare capabilities after their unprecedented victory against the Void Swarm. What she had discovered defied all known xenopsychology models. The humans had arrived in the galactic community barely 50 standard years ago, their small blue-green world tucked away in an unremarkable spiral arm. They seemed harmless enough. Bipedal mammals with no natural weapons, no chitinous armor, no acid glands or telepathic abilities. Most species had dismissed them as another footnote in the cosmic census. Then the Void Swarm had emerged from dark space. Catherine shuddered, her compound eyes reflecting the holographic display. The swarm had been the stuff of galactic nightmares for millennia, creatures of pure hunger that consumed entire worlds, leaving only barren rock in their wake. Ancient texts spoke of civilizations that had fled to the furthest reaches of space rather than face them. Modern species had built their entire defense networks around the slim hope of early detection and evacuation. The humans had done something unprecedented. They had smiled. Computer display human cultural file designation fairy tales, Catherine commanded, her translator struggling with the alien concepts. Holographic images materialized around her, illustrations from what humans called children's stories. A bipedal canine consuming a grandmother, a witch fattening children for consumption, creatures with massive teeth stalking innocents through dark forests. By any galactic standard, these were psychological torture devices. Yet human offspring consumed these stories eagerly. Computer, cross-reference human mythology with Void Swarm characteristics. The results made her mandibles click involuntarily. Dragons that breathed fire and hoarded treasure. The swarm's acidic breath and resource consumption. Giants that devoured entire kingdoms, their planetary devastation patterns. Shape-shifting demons that infiltrated communities, their mimetic abilities. Every nightmare the galaxy had discovered about the Void Swarm, humans had been telling their children for thousands of years. Catherine accessed the battle recordings from Kepler 442b, humanity's first colony world where the swarm had struck. She expected to see the typical response: mass evacuation, orbital bombardment, scorched Earth tactics. Instead, she watched in fascination as human civilian transports had turned around mid-flight. "We're going back," came the transmission from Human Transport 7 Alpha. "Our children are down there." The pilot's voice held no fear, only grim determination, as if facing world-devouring monsters was a minor inconvenience. The ground footage was even more bewildering. Human soldiers had actually laughed, when the first void spawn emerged from their tunnels. These creatures, whose mere appearance had driven entire species to madness, elicited what the humans called uncanny valley responses. "Look at those things," one human Marine had said, weapon already tracking targets. "Like discount movie monsters. My daughter's drawings are scarier." Catherine paused the recording. The human's vitals showed elevated adrenaline, but remarkably stable psychological markers. No terror, no despair, only the focused aggression of a predator defending its young. The tactical analysis revealed the human's true advantage. Where other species saw unstoppable cosmic horrors, humans saw familiar patterns. The Void Spawn's pack-hunting behavior was identical to their mythological werewolves. Their hive structure matched their legends of ant queens. Their acid attacks resembled their fictional dragons. Every monster the galaxy feared, humans had imagined first, and then imagined defeating them. But the most disturbing revelation came from humanity's response to the swarm's psychological warfare. The creatures possessed a terrifying ability to project fear directly into their victims' minds, paralyzing entire armies with visions of cosmic insignificance and inevitable death. The humans had been completely immune. Computer, analyze human psychological profile designated existential dread resistance. The data painted a picture of a species that had spent millennia contemplating its own mortality. Their literature was filled with meditations on death, meaninglessness, and cosmic indifference. They called it philosophy and taught it to their young alongside basic mathematics. Where other species broke down when confronted with the universe's hostile indifference, humans shrugged and asked, "So what now?" Catherine's communicator chimed. Admiral Vexhi's scarred face appeared in miniature. His usual composure cracked. "Ambassador, we have a situation. The Void Swarm has returned. A massive hive fleet heading for the Centauri systems. The evacuation fleets are already mobilizing, but what, Admiral? The humans are requesting permission to engage. They're calling it a pest control operation. Through her office viewport, Catherine could see the human fleet assembling. Their ships, painted with garish colors and decorated with what they called nose art. Images of mythological creatures and abstract symbols that somehow conveyed predatory confidence. She thought of her own species' children, safely tucked away in the deep colonies, protected from any knowledge of the darkness that existed between the stars. How different things might have been if they had raised their young on tales of monsters and heroes instead of gentle pastoral stories. The humans had done something unprecedented in galactic history. They had inoculated their entire species against cosmic horror through the simple act of storytelling. They had created a civilization that looked at the nightmares of the universe and saw not gods of destruction, but Tuesday afternoon entertainment. "Grant them permission, Admiral," Catherine said, watching as the human fleet began moving with the casual efficiency of experienced exterminators. "But Ambassador, they're requesting to broadcast their operation on civilian channels. They want their children to watch." Catherine's translator finally gave up trying to process her emotional state. In the end, perhaps that was the most human thing of all, to face the infinite darkness of space and decide it needed better lighting. "Grant that permission as well, Admiral. It's time the galaxy learned something about monsters." Outside her viewport, the human fleet disappeared into hyperspace, carrying with them the strange confidence of a species that had learned to laugh at nightmares. Behind them, throughout human space, children gathered around viewing screens, eager to watch their parents deal with the monsters they'd heard about in bedtime stories. The galaxy was about to discover which legends were real and which ones were merely childhood stories waiting to come true.